Alright, attempting to do the quickest video I can. There's a Structo RC I'm working on. I'm welding on flares, Festiva's outside, Yars is out there, and I have the A with the grill shell off because I am currently making the mesh for the grill shell mounted into it, and then it gets mounted on the overflow tank, and then the cowl gets taken off to finish welding some stuff, then it goes on, then floor structure, and that thing gets braced and it goes on. And behind me is a turd of a Miata that we will eventually have a video on, that it's going to get parted out and some of the parts might get used on some other projects later. Solid. We're using some CAD design, well, cardboard aided design. So this is going to make the perfect little piece I'm still cleaning up some weld from where I Frankenstein this cab or the firewall together, but this piece actually fits in really well once I actually get square in there. So this will follow the line of where I've got my actual old firewall section at. I've got the top of it a little bit longer since I'm planning on, well, cleaning up the cut down here and making it where it slightly tapers in to the point where it's flush with the edge here, and it'll just go directly back. And I should be able to use the same piece to make a mirror piece over there to finish up the firewall. And then it's pretty much just clean up all the welds and all that, clean up the welds underneath where the feet are for the cowl bolting down onto the frame, and then this gets put back on. I make the rear floor structure from where I've got the frame structure of the body here, and that can finally go on. And yes, my TV's still working. So yeah, awesome stuff.
This size truck won't ever happen.
Conveniently, it's just tall enough to hide my drink so I don't get a mess all over it. So we are really close to getting this side done. I've got some little finishing tacks to help smooth over the rough parts of the steel. So I'll grind those back, and this will be really close to being done on this side. I'll do the same on the other side. I turned the welder up to 3 and filled in the gap along here and a little bit towards the back where my foot has been tacked in place for the longest time. That's been holding the cowl bolted on square. Then started cutting the angle and roughing out another section of Festiva hood to make that piece. So that just helps tie everything together from this point here, some of the flange here, a little bit of the flange here, and a fair amount of the firewall back here, to where it's just a clean look and just helps add structure. So it'll look really trick, as you can kind of get the idea of this kind of starting to follow the shape of where the cowl's been stepped in. I thought it was a neat little trick I could do while cleaning up and just finishing up the firewall. So I'm gonna head into town. The weather's actually cleared up, so I'm gonna take the Festiva. I'll bug you guys later. So that's about 6:10, 6:20 or so. I stayed up entirely too late, but I'm gonna go over this a little bit before I go to bed. So back half of the Model A, cleaned out all the garbage I had inside of it. Hiding all the parts for other stuff and it. So yeah, it's on, or cleared out. I've got a bar measured out. I'm going to cut it and cut another one, and I've got a good plan of where I'm going to weld them and just help brace everything. And then it can actually sit on the frame. I can make sure the frame's actually level and square and all that, and then play around with where this is level and square on the frame, and adjust it to where it's actually 4 inches down, just like the front of the body is. So there's that going on, or will be going on. But the goal is to have at least the rear half of the body of the A sitting on before I have to go work on Monday. I've got about 18 hours to do that. It's realistic as long as I don't sleep, but I'm about to. So there's that. Ignore the Miata garbage. So I got all the welding done, the firewall completely. I will get better video and shots of that soon. But it's just awesome to know that all that's done. Our steering column is loosely fitting in there. I gotta assemble a bit more of that, then I can finish the whole steering or union U-joint thing going on. since I've got all the parts for that now. And I don't know, there's a different plan I might have for the gas tank. I might like make it look cool, do some wrapping thing to it and show it off inside the body. I'm not quite sure yet, but I've got a part from the Capri part out that's going to fit perfectly around the little cross member and tuck it away, and it'll just look cool. So I've got a plan for a lot of it. Getting the cowl bolted back down after I got some other stuff of it welded down kind of sucked. Like, it just, tolerances are very tight, and I had to like shove on it a little bit and finally got the bolts to line up. So everything's still square as I measured. I'm just really tired, so I'm going to bed. Later. It's been a long way to get to this point. I'm very tired. My neighbor helped me out with getting this rear half of the body set on there because I was just not strong enough to move it up all the way on. So, may have been if I wasn't like overdid it yesterday, but yeah. Moved everything around, got it braced. There was actually some structure left over from when, well, just some of the structure left over from the body that I was able to brace everything. And now we're seeing the difference of a, how do I say it? It's a Z'd 4 inches chassis of another Model A that I've made right around that area, and then it just goes back, and then you're seeing the difference of 4 inches of the body being channeled, well, to be flush with the like underside of the frame. So it's a bit drastic. The body back there is sitting like that because it's currently sitting partially on the rear mono leaf rail, which you can see some of the spare leaves over there, what it's currently sitting on. So I might work on it a bit more. I'll at least move it around in the garage after I clean up, but this is a pretty awesome way to end the weekend. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.